Hello and welcome to Mickey Art. My name's Michelle Edhouse and today I am going to be playing with a method of painting that I haven't done before. I was watching a couple of people doing geode paintings and I've always stuck to the good old spiral pour to try and create a geode, and these people were not. So I'm really sorry. I cannot remember your names. I don't think I even looked at your names, to be honest. I was just like sitting there going, oh, huh, that's different. Right, cool. Oh, I like that. Not sure about that. Pretty much what it is it's what they did was, well, a couple of different ones. One just poured circles and then used the straw to blow those circles together, and then poured another circle and another circle, and she added all sorts of sparkly bits and things. The other one did a couple of different pours and created a created the geode that way. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to do that, but then I'm going to do the straw blowing as well. Okay, so, as you know, the likelihood of turning out like that, pretty low. But what I am going to do is I'm going to use this iridescent medium. And I'm going to do what I did in the, what's it called? What did I call it? The Sea Serpent Sunset. This one. So this is where I put the iridescent medium in as a paint colour. Not mixed it into any of the colours. I put it in as a paint colour. So you can see the tonage that created. So, what the plan is... plan. Is the plan going to work? Who knows? No idea. But we are going to start off with some negative space white. So this canvas is a Semco 14" by 14". And I get these in packs from what's that place called? How's it getting any better than this? I think the paint fumes are getting to my head. Spotlight, that's the one. Let's put that part back down there. And then I have got pins on the underside and the corners to keep the canvas up off the ground, which is really handy. It's handy because you can get your fingers in underneath when you're picking it up to, oops, sorry, to tilt it. It's handy to get your fingers in underneath when you're moving it, so that you don't destroy the painting. And it's also handy because you can put paintings over top of records when they're drying. No. That's just something I just made up on the spot because I said something else was handy and I couldn't think. Are we done? No, so it just needs a bit of a... Alright, so we have a nice smooth base white, and what does the base white do? It creates the possibility of the paint moving easily across the canvas, and it creates, no matter where your paint ends up, then if it doesn't cover the whole canvas, the canvas is covered. So that's why we put the paint on like this. And I am using Spring Interior Exterior Household Paint. Buy it from Bunnings. It's like, here in New Zealand anyway, it's like $22 for 4 litres. And all my paints today are mixed with Floetrol. I love listening to the Dutch say Floetrol. It's probably the way it's said. It's Floetrol. I like it. It's so yummy. So I have got my iridescent medium mixed up with Floetrol and water, and then I've got 2 of my homemade purples, and they are made from the cobalt blue and from Reeves and Reno Art crimson red, and the 2 of them are mixed. This one's 50-50, and it is quite a regal kind of purple, and this one is 33% red and 66% of the cobalt. Neither of them have got any white in them at the moment. And then I'm going to use the cobalt blur, and then I'm going to also use some Reeves black. Although if I've got some mixed up, I might use, but I don't. I was going to say I'd use Payne's Grey, but I don't have any mixed up. It doesn't actually look like I've got any. Maybe I should. Oh no, this is Payne's Grey. Ooh, I'm going to use Payne's Grey. Hey! Why am I going to use Payne's Grey? Because it's kind of a blue-black. A blue-black. A blue-black. See, it's kind of got a blue tinge to it, which goes with the blue and the purple. So, what I'm going to do, here's what I'm going to do. Are you listening? What I'm going to do is I'm going to start off with the centre point. Where's my white? There it is. I need to mix some more of that up. I'm going to get my cup. Okay, so I'm going to do this in kind of like 3 pours. I'm starting this end. It's kind of going to be a bit like a spiral pour, but not. Does that make sense? Anyway, if it doesn't, that's okay. I don't mind. The cool thing is I'm going to use 1 cup. As I said, I need to mix some more of that. Now the centre of it is just going to be the white and the iridescent. Okay, wouldn't get a lot of the white coming out of that, but that's okay. Now I'm going to add from right up higher so it mixes some of the 50-50 and some of the cobalt blue, and then trying to stay in just over the outside edge of that. I'm going to go around in a circle. Awesome. And then the next is going to be the dark blue purple, which is the 66% blue. Gonna put a little bit more cobalt on that one. And a little bit of the Payne's grey. And I'm going to stir that, fraction it, and do the same thing. Now it's kind of like a spiral pour in that it's spiraling it. And kind of not, in that it's very controlled. And then I'm going to get the Payne's grey and do a stream all the way through, round. Alright, so what I want you to see is, as I'm tilting, that big line, that big chunk. And it's just sliding right across. But as it spreads out, you'll notice that that big chunk isn't quite so chunky. And we've got a lot of Payne's grey on there because it was quite thick, but that's okay because I like it like that. Just gonna run that off the edge a bit and then bring it back. So as you can see, I've gone off the edge there, and so I've got this weird swoop, so I need to bring this down. My interesting point of view, I need to bring it down to make it more even. Okay, and then I'm going to bring it back a little bit this way. Alright, so now we've got it to there. Quite liking the way this is spread out. Next step, other than cleaning the white off my hands, is to get the straw. And I'm not going to do big spray it across the canvas. I'm just going to do nice little just to get rid of some of the streakiness, to blend some of the hard edges. So I apologise for my head in the way, but let's have a go. What I'm also doing is blending into that Payne's grey, because if you see through here, it's a really sharp line. Nature doesn't often do sharp lines, so all right. Now, I'm not sure you can see that, but it's quite chunky and it's sitting quite high, but it will level out. Ooh, that's kind of cool. I like it. Still a bit of streaky line through there. Grab some of this puddle over here and just lay it over that Payne's grey. Just and that bit there too. There's oh, I don't know, there might be actually. I was going to say there's no silicone in the Payne's grey, but that may not be correct. I know that there's no silicone in the Mars Black. Now, before I touch it anymore, I'm going to torch it and see what it does. See what changes, if anything. Actually wondering if there's any silicone in any of these at all. I know there isn't any in the blue. And looking at the cells that have shown up, they are only being created by the straw. Okay. I know I put some air bubbles into that one. There's a couple of silicone cells over here. But quite honestly, there's nothing else. Right about that, I'm not kidding. Now, the question then becomes, do I like it like that? Or do I want to do something else to it? I think picking up and tilting it consists of doing something else to it. What do you reckon? Ooh, wow, my hand looks pretty. Just going to put a little bit more of the iridescent in the centre there to hopefully push it and create I don't know what I'm trying to create, actually. If you can tell, let me know. Now the trick to getting the paint to go to the corners of a square canvas like this is once you've tipped, try and bring it back into the center so that then the excess paint can actually go where you want it to go. If you don't have a point of view about what shape it is, then you can just swirl it around the canvas. The question is, do I want 2 white corners? I think I do, actually. Okay, it's no longer my geode, okay? Did you notice that? Starting to feel a bit more like one of those giant ones that guy does. Again, I have no recall of people's names. My apologies go out to all of you amazing YouTubers who I watch and like and subscribe to. He uses a hairdryer and does pieces about the size of my table. It's kind of cool. I'm actually not liking the Payne's Grey. It's done something weird and wacky. So I'm just wondering, what do I do? Crashing. No, I'm going to put that in a cup. Into that cup. Now, I learned about being able to scrape chunks that you don't like off from Anne Osborne. She does it quite regularly. I don't like that, but I'm just going to scrape it off, which I think is a great idea. Why not? So, I'm going to wash the grey off my hands so I don't get that everywhere. So, what else do I do? Alright, so I'm going to get rid of those air bubbles. My kids just came in and said hi, and they say hi to you guys. And they're like, that's cool. I'm like, yeah. And what else is possible? So the question then becomes, do I pour white round and just feather it so that it comes in, or do I add some silicone to these and do another pour with using that as a starter? So let's ask the painting, what would you like to be? White, and just use this, or add more? Add more. Okay, that's lighter, definitely lighter. Alright, let's do that then. Okay, this is a very old cup, and let's get some silicone. Put some silicone in the blue, and a bit in that purple, and some in the iridescent. Now I'm using Durex Play Purple and Black, I'm calling it. It's the Perfect Glide one, and it actually says on the front, longer lasting silicone pleasure gel. Okay, and the only ingredient in it is dimethicone. If you pick up the green and blue one, which also is called Durex Play, but it's got some other subtitle, you're not gonna get it. I am just gonna do, I'm not gonna use that. I'm going to do a flip cup. That's what that is. So, where's a can I can use? It's got round. Alright. So, did we get any more white out of there, do you reckon? Okay, and then I'm going to put the lighter of the two purples, and then the iridescent, and then the blue, and then the darker of the two purples. Oops, it just wanted to go straight on the canvas. Now, I had people asking in a couple of my videos where I used the oranges, the self-mixed oranges. What colours are you using? How did you make them? I had a play. Let me show you the piece of paper. If I can find it. Here it is. I had a play of combining my Renoir Crimson Red with my Reeves Deep Yellow. And I did 50-50, 33-66, and 66-33. Then I did the yellow and green, yellow and cobalt blue. And then I did the crimson red and the cobalt blue. Got purples. So those are the colours I created, and that's what I'm using here. So if it's fun for you, have a play. See what you can create with the colours that you have. Nope, that's not going to get anything else out. So let's put some more blue and a little bit more iridescent and a little bit more purple, and we're here. Nice bunch of coconuts. Where did coconuts come from? Look at that. I'm going to have way too much paint. Let's see what we can create. Are you ready? 1, 2, 3, flip. It's not centered, but that's okay. 1, 2, 3. So this is what I mean by just randomly pouring it around the canvas. See how it's picked up that paint that was already there, and it's creating an edge, a stream path. And because I'm using the same colours, that stream path looks pretty cool. Just dragging it around. Only thing is, that's my stream path over and done with. So I'm going to add a little bit of my pouring white to create the stream path. Through here. I love these colours, they look cool. Got rather dirty hands for doing this rubbing the edges thing. Let's see what we can do. I'm going to make sure all of that runs off though, because that's pretty ugly. I don't like that. I think I need more white. What do you reckon? Or should I? Yes, I should. So what I've got is what's left in the tin, and I'm just going to pour that along the line. There we go. Little knuckle every minute. It never goes away. Another never goes amiss. Alright. So let's torch it. Let's see what she's created in there. I'm going to take my gloves off because they are super duper dirty. Highly recommend having a rubbish bin right next to your workstation. It's awesome. Makes it great. Now I can see silicone. Yay! Not just air bubbles. Well, it hasn't turned out like a geode. I don't think, maybe I could call it the geode gone wrong. By the time you'll see this, you'll know what I ended up calling it. What I would love you to see is down here in this corner where I poured out of the cup. Let me see. There's a whole heap of cells in there. The rest of it, yeah, not so much. Okay. I don't know if you can see it, but to me that looks like an eye. How's it get any better than that? It's kind of in the middle of this blob shape that doesn't really do anything. If it was slightly more that way, you could have that as the nose. And then you could put some streaming here through there as it swims through the whatever it's swimming through. But no, it's not. Okay. So this requires something else. It really requires something else. And that something else is actually more light white-y type colour. And my white is definitely out. Look at this. Oh, hey. Hey, hey, hey. Look at that. We got some. And I'm going to put a bit more iridescent in there too. And then I'm going to stow a quick stir like that. This is where I end up with really pointy tins. The joys of using tins over plastic cups. What am I actually going to do with this? Okay. Now I'm going to tilt it and see what those lines do, what those ribbons do. That's what Anne-Marie calls them, it's ribbons. Okay. And let's see what the little heat gun. much as I don't agree with it, it's saying it's had enough. I've done enough. Stop, stop, stop. So, I'm just going to touch up this corner. And let me get you down and show you. Okay, so just want to try and get you an accurate colour depiction. It's probably close. That shows a bit too pink on this. So this is that corner that I really like. It's the end bit of the tin. And then the ribbons I added do have a little bit of texture in them. And as I was flaming those, there's a few bits that have come through, little tiny ones. So it's not one of those ones that you're going to stare at for hours and find lots in it, but I actually overall find it quite pleasant. It's yeah. The only thing that's getting me is this bit of ribbon here is a little bit harsh. I'm going to run the straw over it. Because what running a straw over a ribbon can do is just spread it out just that little bit. So I'm either going to be really annoyed with myself about that or really pleased with myself. Now I can hear some of you going, ah! But that's okay. It's my painting. I know a number of you think I go too far. That's cool. It brings back that memory of dashboard light. Before you go any further, do you love me? Oh, you love me forever, do you need me? Alright, that has created something different. that I quite like. Let me zoom you in and show you some of the different textures that have been made in there. I like it. Now what it's going to do is it as it settles and how much that's going to seep back in. I don't know. I'm not going to do this bit because it's got some really cute little cells in there and I like them. Ooh, that's done some cool stuff over on this bit over here, which blends in with those cute little cells that I like down in here. How's it getting better? Alright, so beautiful, people. I'm going to let this dry and see what magic gets created. I still feel like this needs to blend in a little bit more. Out. Take your fingers out of it. My mother used to say that to me a lot. Use my cloth. Now it's starting to look like a river with tributaries. There you go. It's a big word for you today. Why am I fiddling with it? Because my mermaid girl was starting to look a little bit too much like she was smoking a vape. No, too far. Stop right there. Here comes my son. He's going to go, "What did you do, Mum?" Hi.
Hi.
I think I ruined it. What do you reckon?
Why do you think that?
Because I do. Is that just my interesting point of view? Should
Interesting
I leave
point
it?
of view.
Okay. I'm going to run this one out to the sea though. Like this.
Ooh, that looks amazing.
Amazing. I
That's
love you.
a lot
My
deeper.
son's amazing. He thinks everything I do is amazing.
Especially all the paintings.
Everyone needs somebody like my son. in their life.
Mwah.
Mwah. I love you. I'm very grateful for you. So, what do you guys reckon? Tell me in the comments.
Also tell in the comments whether you would like her to make her outro just her flossing.
Oh my goodness. My children are into this silly dance move. It's only silly because I can't really do it. It's the one dance move in the entire world I've not been able to master.
What about this
Very
one?
frustrating.
And what about this one?
I think I can do that.
What about this one?
I'm doing a video, darling. Making this very unprofessional. Please don't.
Okay. Oh.
Okay, I'm going to gun my little swipey bits. It's not really doing anything. Ah! I am so frustrated with this painting. I ruined it, darling. I ruined it. Okay. What's required to create a painting that I like? Because this is what it's all about, guys. You guys can go, oh no, Michelle, that looks lovely. But unless you're going to pay me a few $100s for it, plus shipping, it's my say as to what is nice and what's not. So, what are you doing?
Waving.
I'm trying to save my eye, and I need to stop trying to save my eye. Sorry about your foot.
Okay.
I need to ask the painting what it desires and do that. Bye, darling. It's not working for me. Where's my cup? And this is my third purple. I'm just going to empty all my purples out onto this painting. And I'm going to try Dry little tenderness. See, this one's a lot more burgundy. You know what the problem with this painting is? It doesn't have enough paint. I make these paintings and some of them look so planned and come out first pop. Others of them just doesn't happen. Some of them go on for an hour, and you're never really sure whether it's going to work in the end. Now I must say, if this works, if I let it dry, it's going to glisten. Something humongously. And why is that? Because it's got so much of that iridescent paint in there. Okay. And you know what? As weird as it sounds, I'm leaving it like that. What that looks like to me is mountains reflecting into water. I am going to torch it though. See what gets created. Oh no, the snow's melting. I know this is really weird, but I actually quite like that. Try and find a clean finger to pick up white with. Doesn't really work. With dirty fingers. No. Then you can move it and they can make another mess. Alright. My next batch of white is on the go. Only enough just to clean up our corners and sides. My husband bought a 10-litre pail of this spring indoor-outdoor paint. And he's like, but it's cheaper. And it is. I mean, it was only like 40 bucks for 10 litres and $44 for 10 litres instead of 22 for 4 litres. Basically getting 2 litres free. How's it get any better than that? That's interesting. I like that. Weird. Yes, I am. There's not many cells. It's rather raggedly weird. It's like, what, how many reincarnations have we had? But I like it. And I'm really looking forward to seeing how iridescent that is once it dries too. Because when I look sideways over this, this has all got an iridescent shimmer through it. All of it. Except for the purples and the blues that I added last. Everything else has an iridescent shimmer. Oh my goodness. This is really funny. When I was asking what colours to use, I looked at the iridescent paint. Now, it kind of has a streaky, look at that. How does it get any better? This is what it wanted to be from the beginning. Maybe, probably not. So hopefully I have sped this up to way shorter than 1 hour and 4 minutes. And let me know in the comments, do you like it? When should I have stopped? Put a time piece in the comments as to what time in the video I should have stopped. I love it. I'll probably have more awareness of what I think of that as I'm editing it. But I like it. It's different. It's weird, but I like it. I'll be back when it's dry. Bye. Alright, so here it is dry. Yeah, it's it's so cool. What I see in it is mountains and coming down to the water's edge. It's so you got the reflection of what's above, and it's so pretty. I like it with the odd iceberg floating around. And so you got the silver running through that. Look at that. Yummy, yummy. I like it. I like it a lot. And, you know, it doesn't have to be mountains. It could be something else. What do you see? That's what I see. I see the mountains coming down to the water. I really like it. It's weird, but I like it. It's different, but I like it. So, there you go. How does it get any better than that? And how much fun can you have with acrylic pouring? And if you'd like to join us on the acrylic pouring group, Acrylic Pouring for Fun, we'd love to have you. Come show us your pictures, ask your questions, and yeah, what contribution can we be to each other having more fun in our lives? What contribution can we be to ourselves and each other? And please know that all comments are welcome. Everyone has their own points of view, but if you choose to do it, your points of view from unkindness, you will be warned, and if you do it a second time, you will be banned from the group. I adore you all, and the last thing I would like to see is anyone having to receive somebody else's unkindness, because that person can't keep their mouth shut. Oh, and talking of interesting points of view, just a reminder, if you can't stand my voice or what I say, mute is your friend. You can still watch my videos, but please mute, and don't give me comments like, will you shut up? As I said to that person, oh, you are so cute, I'll shut up when you hit mute. I'm having fun with the people that are being unkind, because it really is not my problem. So how many of you have been unwilling to just see it as their point of view? And would you be willing to recognize that when people are choosing to be unkind, it's actually got nothing to do with you. It's their choice. It's their way of being. And doesn't mean that you should be a doormat and put up with it and take it and stuff, but just recognize their unkindness, their cruelty, if it gets to that, has got nothing to do with you. It's their problem. So how much fun can you have? And come play with us on the Acrylic Pouring for Fun group. And what magic can we create today? Have fun. I adore you, and thank you so much for watching this interesting creation of mine. Have fun. Bye bye.